This is a video that a lot of you had demanded. I am going to be showing you how I do a very natural looking base with just M.A.C products. What are the products that I use to create a very simple base, whether it's without a foundation or whether it's with foundation. Both of it I'm going to cover in this video, the very light coverage and the full coverage like this. This is with foundation, but it's looking very natural. I will show you how this is being done. Just stay tuned, make sure you've subscribed and stay tuned for the rest of the video. Hi, I'm Aparna Ganesh and I welcome you back to JoyGeeks. I am thrilled to bring you this video because you know what? No matter what makeup you want to put, the base of your makeup is the most important, and I'm very happy to bring this video to you. Like I said, I will share with you, this is my face with full base on with a foundation, but I'm going to start off with showing you how you can do a quick 10-minute base with just a powder foundation, the powder that they have, and what are the products that really make it very efficient for me, quick, easy and long staying. That is what I love about M.A.C products, and these are professional makeup things which I believe you can invest in when you truly want something that will be supportive of your skin tone, of it not fading off very easily. That is why I'm a big fan of these M.A.C products, because I have got it very close to my skin tone. You can see I have not put makeup here right now. Okay, you can see my veins. So, but it is very close match. And I'm NC42. I'm going to share with you all the products that I have used with a concealer. What is it that makes my base make me feel like I'm myself and not somebody else? Because I don't want to hide behind makeup. Well, I understand if you have certain marks, you want to cover it up. That's okay. But I want us to have a natural looking face at the end of it. And you will know that that makes all the difference. It should not look cakey. It should not look like you're trying to be somebody in terms of your skin tone. I'm not trying to look, 2 shades lighter. And I heavily recommend you, I invite you to try out makeup in a way that you're not trying to look darker or lighter. Just stick to your skin tone and you will see that you look so natural, so effortless and so much better. Right now, I do not have any blush, no cutting, nothing. This is just a base, simple base for just every day. Okay, let me start off with the first demo I'm giving you of with a very simple, quick, everyday thing without foundation. So this is the lovely palette I use from M.A.C. These are the two colors that I have used the most. The slightly darker color I use under my eyes because you can see the puffiness under my eyes. Now if I'm going to use a lighter shade, it's going to get highlighted. So I use a very natural color which just blends in with the rest of my face and helps me to conceal that little darkness. It takes care of the uneven skin tone, and on the top of my lid I could use the same color, but I'm using, because the palette has a slightly lighter shade, I'm using it on the top lid because I have what do you call those, hooded eyelids, so my eyelids are not really visible, so I'm using just a little light color. But if I didn't have this palette, I would have used the same color on top and bottom. But the most important thing to note is that I am taking my time to blend it. You can see the difference between right and the left. Right now I'll go ahead and put the concealer on the left as well. What I have noticed when pro guys do this is they use their fingers, which also I use a lot. Now I really like using this particular brush. It's a foundation brush of Real Techniques. But I have been using it just for my concealer and I thought it was very efficient. I didn't have to wash my hand and do all those things. So I am happy with this. But I take a lot of time to just make sure it's blended well. I just take very little product and I use it on my eyes. And because I have a little tan going in my forehead, I took that little light shade and very little of it, I just brushed it all across my forehead as well, because this look is without foundation. So if there is something more you need to cover, you can do it. I thought my forehead was looking very uneven, so just to show you how to make the whole face look evened out, I'm using that. I use it right across my nose and on my chin, just as a straight line, and I just blend it off so that my face is looking Bright. This other one is of the just NC42
bucket, what do you call it, this little tub, and I want to show you the difference between what this looks like. I'm swatching this in my arm, and the other one is from the palette. So it's pretty close. The darker one that I use under my eyes, I normally, in the next look you will see I use NC42, just the NC42 one, and this is the favorite Studio Fix palette, again in NC42 shade. If I don't have anything else, I'm just trying to use MAC products today mostly, so this is what I used to take very little of it, set my entire under eye area. First, you can see the difference on the right side. You can see a little more oiliness, and of course the other very important thing to get a great base is to get skin taken care of with a good moisturizer. I've heavily sprayed the MAC spray as well before this, and I'm just going to be using this Studio Fix all over my face to just mattify it, to just even it out. I'm using this foundation brush for that, and you can either tap it or you can use it in circles, whatever that works for you. And I feel that this is the quick way for me to get my base done. You can see my whole face looks like it's even toned. So this is what has given me this whole face, and I'm quite happy with how it makes my face look evened out and ready to go. It's a quick thing to do.
Ta-da! This is what my face looks like with just the powder foundation, just a little kajal, little eyebrows and a lipstick. That's about it that I have on my face. I really love this MAC quick base that I do, and I just wanted to show you what it looks like on my face. You can see it's not full coverage, but it's doing well to even out my skin tone. Alright, I hope you truly enjoyed that. Now I'm going to show you how I got this face. What is the difference between that and this? I've used an orange corrector to make sure my under eye is even better covered, so that it's a more even, more, I wouldn't say very full coverage. I don't like very full coverage, so I use very little foundation on my face. You will see in this demo how much foundation I have, very little, which helps it to look a lot more natural. Okay, let's go.
So before I move on, please take a second, subscribe. Sure? Fabulous. Thank you so much, and let's begin. So like I said, I douse my face with this Fix Plus, and this is from MAC. If you haven't noticed, I'm using all MAC products, especially for NC42 people there, because this has been very useful for me to use all of these products. Again, now in this palette I'm using the orange corrector because I'm trying to show you the other way I do my quick makeup, which is slightly more long staying, slightly more coverage. And if I want to cover my under eyes really well, I use a little bit of this orange corrector under my eyes, and any dark spots that you may have, you can use this near your mouth or near the crevice of your nose, wherever that you feel there is need. I have a little pigmentation even on the side of my eye, so I use it there. Use it well, use it little, but blend it well. Now I find these MAC products to be staying really well, and all of you NC42 girls who wanted always to know how to do a foundation, even if you're not NC42, this video is going to help you with the steps I do, and very minimal steps using very minimal products. In terms of the quantity that I'm using with each product as well. Now this is the concealer that they have. This is NC42 itself. Now I'll show you, I'm going to just use this under my eyes and on my eyelids, and you'll see it's still perfectly fine for me. I'm not trying to brighten up my under eye because I have puffy eyes, like I said in the earlier tutorial as well. So I just try to even out my skin tone, give it a clean base, and that makes my face look pretty fresh, makes it look a little better, enhances whatever features I have instead of highlighting the puffiness. And you will see the way I do it, there's a lot of puffiness under my eye, and this is not because I've not slept or something. This is just how my eyes are. I'm accepting of the way my certain features are, and I'm just working around that. So I invite you to do the same. Let's not feel bad about some features of ours. I just feel blessed that boss aankh hai, dikh raha hai. Some things which are not okay, I can always work around it. So I'm using that same concealer and putting it over wherever I had put the orange concealer, and you can see that my face is looking very well moisturized and already shiny from that Fix Plus that I had sprayed. And I think that's a huge element to make sure your skin is not looking dry and cakey eventually when you put all the products. Now I'm using that concealer with the same way on my forehead. If I want, I can use it on my entire forehead, but today because I am using a foundation, I didn't cover it up with the foundation. I'm just using that shade in the center of my face. Oh, I did end up using it slightly on my forehead to cover the tan, and I can use, you can see how little I am using. But if you are actually using a foundation and if you're using a thick layer, you don't need to do this step. Now I use very little foundation, which is why I have covered that as well. Now you will see how little I take behind my palm. It's not a pump, but if it was a pump, I would have said it's just one pump for the whole face. It's really very little, and even with the way I dab on my face, you will see it's not thick drops, teeny weeny, because I feel that if I use very thick or a lot of foundation, my face immediately looks cakey, it looks too heavy for me. I don't enjoy the feeling I have on my face. So I take little and I put it across my face, even on the side of my eye, you know, where the eyebrow area is. Just make sure you're covering as much as you can. And then I can take a brush, you can take a sponge if you wish. Sponge even gives a better natural look, but because I know I'm using very little, I'm taking a brush today. This is a foundation brush from Real Techniques. Then you can I'm dabbing it today. I sometimes dab it or I sometimes move it in circles like you saw me using for the powder. This really helps me to buff that foundation well on my face. It doesn't stand out as a separate layer, which is what is my endeavor. I don't want my foundation to look like it's sitting on top of my face. It should just blend in with my skin in terms of the color, in terms of the texture, and if it's too thick or if my skin is not moisturized, it will look dry on my face. So whatever was left behind my palm, I'm just taking a little of that and putting it on my neck, because I don't want to leave my neck and ear area looking, drastically different. So you can drag it all the way down to your cleavage if you're wearing something like that. I sometimes do it, I sometimes don't. But if I'm going out or if it's for a pro shoot, I will do that. And this is a beautiful skin finish in medium golden from M.A.C itself. Very light coverage, but a fabulous finish. Now because I have foundation on my face, I am not using the powder foundation. If you want a thicker coverage, you can use both. That's okay, but I wanted something very thin to just mattify and just keep my foundation in place. Now if I was in winter, I would have not put it probably all over my face, but this is summertime now, so I am using this powder throughout my face, and I love the effect it gives on my face. Can you see? It's not looking powdery. It is not looking like I'm trying to wear a lighter powder on my face. It's just helping me set it without making me look powdered animal. I don't want to look that. It should just look like my skin. So many times the way I wear this foundation, people wonder if I have something on my face, and that is a win. So this is the full face, and now this is it. This is all I do to add on to it. Now fix spray is something that you can use on top of it if you wish, if you have very dry skin. For summers, I do not like to spray it over my foundation because I think it makes me look slightly oily. I use it at the beginning, but winters I will spray it on top as well.
Alright, now that is how I do my makeup base. I would love to hear from you in the comments if you really like this. This is very simple to do, very achievable, and not with too much tamjham. And of course, if you want to add the cuts, you want to add the blush, you want to add the highlighter, you can do all of that. I was focused on creating an everyday natural looking face, which means I'm happier to have it without too much highlighter and all of those things. So that is what I've shown today. If you want me to do a full marriage look, like what is it that I would, a full glam look, tell me in the comments. I will go ahead and create that as well. Okay, there are some things that you can add on. Again, it will not look over the top. I like to do it that way, where I am using more stuff but it will all blend well with each other. Tell me if you want me to create that tutorial. I would love to do that. And so many of you have been coming to my Video Excellence Lab masterclasses to understand how you can use videos, how you can get confident to show your work. And I'm really thrilled. For some of you who are curious, just hop on. I will share the link of the masterclass below. Come check it out. It's a free masterclass for 90 minutes. So I'm happy for more of you to come, have a look, get an idea of what is it that you are missing out on in terms of the potential videos have in today's time for you to showcase your work, for you to get ahead. Let me know how you like this video in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.